can help with that push. It's a good pushing hero. It's a good split pushing hero as well. So Kinguin once again going for the same kind of draft. Different heroes, but still fulfilling the same, role. Clockwork and Faceless Void being picked up by Mousesports can combo up well with the Darkseer and the Lich. If Clockwork can get a good hook shot in, the Vacuum into the cogs, Lich ultimate coming through, Faceless Void into Vacuum, and Vacuum into Faceless Void's Chrono, with the Lich ulti coming through. So Mousesports right now going for a full 5v5 fight. They want to take the fight to Kinguin. They want to group up as 5 quite early on, so you should start looking towards that level 6 on the Faceless Void and Clockwork. Lich will most likely be given a little bit of priority here when it comes to experience, and Mousesports pick up the Invoker as well as their 5th pick. So having Thug on that Invoker in the middle lane, it is going to be a full-on, I'm not saying a wombo combo lineup, but this is a full 5-man, fighting lineup. They want to take this to the side of Kinguin, and they don't want to give Kinguin the ability to slow push and just siege their towers away bit by bit. Kinguin, their last pick here for Nisha on the middle lane is going to be a Phantom Lancer, and I like this. It gives more pushing potential for them, and it's also very good up against an Invoker and a Lich, especially in the mid game phase. Once you have your Diff Blade up, Blink if you want to go for that as well, you can jump in and you can drain the likes of Invoker's mana or Lich's mana before they honestly get to cast 1 or 2 spells. And if you can get the jump onto Spartan on the Lich and drain his mana before he can Chain Frost, he's absolutely useless. Sure, he's going to have his Frost Shield up on himself, on the likes of the Invoker. It's going to slow you down a bit. But if you have 10 illusions busy hitting him, it's just going to melt the Lich as well as the Invoker toward the mid stage of the game. But let's have a look here. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, I'm Reddit or Reddit Dota. Check me out. And of course, as always, drop me a DM on Twitter. Let me know how I can improve. I'm always open to constructive criticism, and you guys on Twitch, you guys have been amazing. Thanks so much for the support so far, and big shout out to Beyond the Summit for letting me cast these games. But let's jump straight into this game. They did actually scout out a little bit of the rotation here from Kinguin, the Sunstrike coming through from Mousesports. Kakor on the Pugna. Once again, if I do mispronounce your name, I do apologize. Al Lisas, if I'm not mistaken, that is Lesek from Kinguin. On the Night Stalker, Patos on the Veno. Nisha on the mid Phantom Lancer, and top it's going to be, I think, a solo lane Lone Druid here. He will be up against the Darkseer solo most likely, and I mean, that should be a pretty even lane. Darkseer, it depends if the Lone Druid can actually get a couple of good roots off on him when the bear hits level 3. But this aggro try coming through here from Kinguin, this is going to be an interesting one. Let's have a look here. Venom Monster trying to... the banana. I thought that was actually like a plague ward being dropped there. But nope. Drop those bananas. And yeah, Darkseer coming up with a few karate chops here onto Exotic Deer. Let's have a look. Kinguin, it seems like nope. Kinguin getting 2 this time, and Mousesports getting 2. Previously, I think Kinguin got 3 bounty runs to start the game off. Faceless Void just dance a little bit, and they do split up the lanes a bit. It's going to be a dual lane mid here for the side of Mouse. Right now, it's just Clockwork trying to pressure out the Phantom Lancer here. Oh, wait, no, we might actually see an engagement coming through here. Invoker, he does get gone on here by Nisha as well as the Night Stalker, but good cogs coming through from MMT. This will, of course, just push him back, drain as much mana as possible. And having this pause 4 o'clock might actually do quite a bit here for the side of Mousesports, because it will be able to push back the side of Kinguin the whole time, wasting their mana, as you can see there. And will we... I mean, It's going to be interesting to see, are we going to see the first blood mid, or are we going to see the first blood coming through from the bottom lane? Let's have a look. The courier, oh, trying to catch the courier out, and Nisha, he's just busy farming up the cogs, or trying to farm up the cogs. That's it. Nightstalker busy moving towards the bottom lane now. He's like, okay, well, Nisha, you should be okay on that mid lane alone. And they pull the creeps, or the creeps were pulled. Farming it up now here is Kako, and it's, you know, going to be a passive early game until the likes of the Nightstalker start getting a couple of levels up, so that he has a little bit more nuke. At that level 3, the level 2 nuke coming through, the damage goes up from 90 to 160, which is a significant jump. And mid lane, PL sitting on level 2. He will of course have the doppelganger most likely at that level 3 mark, just for escape, considering he is up against a dual lane mid. Let's see what he goes for. Maybe just keeping that skill point until he needs it. And top lane, having a look at the Lone Druid versus Darkseer. Darkseer sitting on 12 and 1, Lone Druid 11 and 0. The bear, oh no, I missed the first blood coming through here. Oh, Ripcaster, get a new job. They managed to get the kill onto the poor little Lich. And that was of course the burst coming through from the Pugna. Having that Necroblast as well as the Nether Blast as well as the Decrep can do quite a bit of damage. And I see some of you guys asking, am I from South Africa? Yes, I am. All the way sitting in South Africa right now. I will be moving to the US soon, but yes, I'm South African. Let's just focus on the game right now. Nisha currently sitting on 18 and 5 versus Invoker's 14 and 2. Nisha's starting to get out a slow lead, having the level advantage as well as the XP advantage on the middle lane. Top lane though, we do see an engagement coming through here. The Nightstalker trying to go in onto the Darkseer. Unfortunately, there is no bear up just yet, so no roots. Only level 2 bear, no level 3. And good rotation coming through here from the Nightstalker, making sure that they don't dive any further. Nisha, however, going in onto Thug, just trying to harass him out of the lane a little bit. He did go for that point in Doppelganger, and at that level 5 mark, we might see 3 levels up in Spirit Lance, and that might just be the call to kill the Invoker, and we might just see the Nightstalker roaming mid, wrapping around, and that should be an easy kill for them if they do have vision on him. However, Darkseer, Darkseer trying to come in to snatch the bounty rune, but Nightstalker gets it. Let's just have a look at how the lanes have been going here for both of the teams. The early net worth lead is going in favor of Kinguin, sitting around 1,000 net worth already at the 4-minute mark. And the big thing here though is this Darkseer. Darkseer was in a bit of trouble, but not that much. And let's see, the pings were coming through. Nightstalker has moved in towards the middle lane. Still sitting on level 2, hoping for that level 3 up. There you go. Does have that level 2 in Void that we spoke about earlier. So 160 burst damage. But I think they scouted this out, of course, with this ward over here. Yep. They can see the Nightstalker there. And I doubt that Invoker will actually move in closer, because if he does, he'll die. As simple as that. A big stack coming through here for the side of Mouse, trying to pull it up. Is this just to pull the rest of the creeps? Why? Yeah, not quite sure why you're pulling it at that point. But 2 levels up here in Necro, or in the Blast, as well as a single level in Decrep, means Radara has to be careful. Sure, he does have Time Walk, but if he uses it at the wrong time, he will get burst down very quickly. And we do see a wraparound here from the Nightstalker, trying to focus here on the Courier. Will he be able to get the Courier snipe, the Courier kill? Courier kill coming through here, 1 hit needed, 2 hits. Oh, he doesn't get it. Denied. And a little bit more passive start here, like I said, in game number 2. Not a lot of kills happening, only the one early on. But beside of Kinguin, looking at the net worth, the top two currently, come on, just as I said that, they get a kill here on the lich, and I've been focusing on the bottom lane the whole time, and then they finally get the kill, just as I look away. Top two net worth currently in favor of Kinguin, being up here on Nisha on the Phantom Lancer. Doing quite a bit of harassment, you know, putting quite a bit of harassment here onto the Invoker as well. And then the Lone Druid, even though Lone Druid's been harassed out quite a bit on the top lane, he's still sitting second in regards to net worth. And here comes Clockwork, wanting to, not catching out the Lone Druid in the cogs, but still good effort. Faceless Void, they do not have anything to burst him down, so they'll just continue on pushing here on the bottom lane. Middle lane, Nisha also taking the first tower here, and now he wants to turn around onto Thug. Thug might be in a bit of trouble. Of course, he does get the cold snap off, gets purged off. Will they be able to get the kill onto Nisha? Unfortunately not. Thug is safe. He's okay. Nisha backs off as well. And now it's the second tier 1 tower. Kinguin busy pressuring this out. The slow siege from the Venom as well as the wards, and just a constant blast coming through from the Pug now means this tower is not going to survive much longer. They did use the glyph as well, so after this just seems to be a repeat from, you know, what happened in game number 1. Kinguin, they don't have their level 6s yet, and Kinguin, Mousesports don't have their level 6s yet up on the Lich. Still sitting on level 4. Level 5 up on the Faceless Void. Darkseer, of course, does have 6, but Clockwork doesn't have 6 just yet. Oh, Madara just used his Time War. Can they actually get the kill here onto him? He does not have anything. He's just giving up on life, it seems. And there you go. He drops. Another one to turn around. Will they be able to get the kill on Lich? The slow is there. Can they actually do anything further from this? There you go. Getting 2 kills. Once again, Kinguin just taking an early lead. And they did this in game number 1. They didn't give the side of Mousesports enough time to get their to get the level 6 up, to get the experience, to get the goal to actually start taking 5-man team fights. They've gone for a full 5-man lineup here, but Lich currently, he's sitting on 160 net worth up here. And that's just because he's being forced to buy everything, being forced to buy all the wards, the smokes, the sentries, everything, and it hurts him. It really does. He doesn't have that 6 up just yet, so he can't really do much in the team fights. And currently, once again, Nisha sitting on 3,900 net worth, and the closest person to him in the opposing team is the Darkseer, which is only around 500 below him, but still, it's a significant amount. So Nisha being pinged out right now. There's a smoke movement coming up for the side of Mouse. Can they get the kill onto the Phantom Lancer? Phantom Lancer, well, his spidey senses is tingling. He backs off and just farms up in his jungle, and they might just give a little bit of experience here for the Night Stalker. Night Stalker has to be careful that he doesn't get wrapped around here. There is a Chronosphere up, so there you go. There's the jump. Chrono in onto the Night Stalker. Are we going to see any kind of TPs coming in? There it is. They do get 1 TP in from the Venom. Night Stalker is still alive, and they want to turn around. They want to go in onto Spartan. He is the person that they choose, and there you go. He just gets blown the hell up. Can they do anything further from this? TP was out from the Invoker, but a 1-for-1 trade-off. Keep in mind, that's the first kill for Mouse, so they'll be okay with it. Sure, it was an ult, it was a Chronosphere, meaning there is no Chrono right now. But let's see. Clockwork trying to catch out the Pugna in the cogs, but not going to work. Not going to happen. Let's quickly focus on the net worth. Currently sitting on around the 4,000, 5,000 mark in favor of Kinguin at 10 minutes in. It is a pretty big lead, considering the side of Kinguin have the pushing power. They can constantly put pressure down. Mouse was doing well to actually keep the experience lead. However, as soon as Kinguin took that back, this is once again that 10-minute mark. This is the mark where Kinguin managed to just start snowballing in game number 1. Can Mousesports actually stop this from happening? Can they stop it right now? They can take back the experience lead if they get a couple of kills and just try and counter push. We do see top lane being pushed out here by Faceless Void. He doesn't have a TP to actually help on the bottom lane, but the smoke is there. There's a hook shot straight in onto the Night Stalker. Can Night Stalker get away from this? Are they going to be able to? No, there you go. The damage coming in from the Pug now, the life drain is there as well. They did eventually get the kill. I was quite surprised that the Pug now wasn't actually healing up the Night Stalker, but no, they're trying to get a counter kill. And Kinguin, they still want to chase for more. It's not going to be enough. They will back off. However, they did take the tier 2 tower, so it's a Night Stalker's life for a tier 2 tower. Still 2 heroes here for Kinguin. They might have overextended just a little bit, trying to burst out the Clockwork, the battery assault. Oh no, the cogs are there straight in onto Pugna. Well, he just gets Sunstriked as well as battery cogged. Pato's trying to come in, getting the slow here onto the Clockwork. Will they be able to cancel out the TP? The stun is there as well. And here comes the Lich ulti. It did not bounce onto anyone. Night Stalker might drop for a second time. They managed to get the kill. And this might just... Ooh. Yeah, the damage over time getting the final kill. But this might just be what Kinguin needed. Not what Kinguin, what Mousesports needed. I said they needed to get a couple of kills off. And they did. So, getting a 2-for-1 exchange there. There's the fight recap. Having a look at the experience, 1,000 roughly swinging in favor of Mousesports. So even though they're behind in regards with net worth, if they can at least keep up the experience, or get the experience in their favor, they will still be in this game. And having that level 7 up on Lich, keep in mind, like 2 minutes ago he was only level 4. Getting those kills, getting that level 6 up, getting the Chain Frost up is going to help them out significantly. Especially considering everyone has their 6s up now, everyone has their ultis up. Of course, there's no ulti up on the Dark Shield just yet. We'll most likely only get this at around level 10, level 11. It's a good start. Well, it's a good start of a comeback for the side of Mousesports. But let's have a look. Will the silence be there onto the Faceless Void? There's the silence, the burst damage coming through. And he just gets whacked by the Phantom Lancer. By the little... I don't know. He's not like a mouse, but he has like a mouse kind of ratty-ish face. Considering he is a rat. Yeah. And Lone Dread, he's just been farming up by himself here on the towards the top. Building up towards that. Radiance does have a Hand of Midas up. We'll be able to pick up his relic. Oh, yeah. Dogs here scouts him out. Slow reactions from the dogs here there. And there you go. We'll have his relic up in 200 gold. So probably around a 15-16 minute radiance. Probably around a 16-17 minute radiance for the Lone Dread. Unless they manage to kill him. There's the hook shot. Does manage to hit up onto the Lone Dread. Lone Dread is in his big form, but the Sunstrike I don't think actually hit. Now they want to go in. The vacuum is there. Lone Dread is still alive. Now they want to turn around. They want to get a kill here onto Clockwork. Unfortunately, Clockwork, or they don't have any further stuns to actually do anything about that. And the Lone Dread does drop finally. Very well played coming through here from Mousesports. Getting around 1,000 gold swing in their favor. And getting that pick off just puts the side of Kinguin a little bit further in regards with their early lead. Good hook shot, good wraparound in here for the Clockwork, and having the Clockwork just hook in, getting the cogs off, getting the Sunstrike. I think the Sunstrike might have actually missed there. I'm not quite sure. But still managing to actually get that kill. Good work here for the side of Mousesports. And all of a sudden, Kinguin, where they were just constantly pressuring Mousesports earlier on, they're backing off a little bit down, just trying to farm it up. Versus how they were playing in the first 10 minutes. They were constantly being aggro up against Mousesports, doing what they wanted, trying to force Mousesports into positioning where, they were getting caught out. And now Mousesports are, making a comeback slowly but surely. And here comes a good Chronosphere onto Tune. The Lich ultimate does not bounce between all of them, but still, this might just be 2 heroes dropping. Nisha doing quite a bit of damage here onto MNT. Will he actually be able to get the kill? He is being healed up. Nisha has to get out of this. And Kinguin might have just bitten off more than they could chew. Will they be able to get anything more from this? The slow is there onto Madara. The counter engage, not going to be there. They'll just back off. Kinguin trying to fight you on the high ground. I'm not quite sure if that was the best decision from Nisha, as well as the Night Stalker fighting on top of a shrine as well. And it's only 2 heroes when you don't have vision on anyone else. They do have a high ground ward, so they might have seen more people coming in. But let's have a look. I think they might just be waiting for the Radiance to actually come through before they decide to push up or move in further again. Bugner does have a full Veil of Discord up, building up once again towards that 4-star, just for mobility as well as to get away from the Faceless Void or the Clockwork if Clockwork hooks into anyone. But experience nearly back to 0, gold dropping down to roughly around 3-4k in favor of, you know, Kinguin. So Mousesports trying to make a comeback, and they're looking strong. They're starting to group up. They're starting to play around their ultis, waiting for the ultis to be up. Then they move in, force Kinguin to overextend yet again. And I do like this. Mousesports looking like they can bring this game and, you know, force this to a game 3. Us as casters, I mean, you know... Oh, wait. Hookshot coming in. Straight onto Pugna. Yeah, this isn't even going to be funny. Pugna's just going to evaporate. And the nice thing about casting games like this is you can always root for the team or the underdogs, the team that lost game 1, because you always won a game 3. So let's see if Mousesports can take this. Let's see if Mousesports can force us to a game 3. I know a lot of the guys on Twitch chat were hoping for that, so let's see what they can do. Nisha, is he moving in towards top? He is alone though, so he has to be careful. And we saw them trying to move in onto Rush, but then just backing off as soon as the Pugna died on the top lane. And let's have a look. Where's the Lone Druid? There's the Radiance up. So is this going to be the call for them to push, for them to move in forward, or are they going to take the back foot? The problem with trying to outform the likes of Mousesports is that from a 5,000 net worth down to only just over 2,000, 2,500 net worth, because they've been trying to split push up, trying to get as much as possible on the map. And Mousesports, they're just waiting for the ultis to be up, waiting for the hookshotting in, getting an easy kill. And yeah, this might just be Clockwork's death. Can they actually scout him out? There you go. Managed to get the nuke, and Clockwork is down. With Clockwork being down, they might just decide to push for a tier 1 tower top as well as a tier 2 tower top. This is what they did in game 1 very well. They managed to get a pick, then they pushed towards the towers. They, you know, put the pressure on the side of Mousesports, but Mousesports has been doing very well to keep that pressure off themselves. There you go. Tier 2 tower has fallen. And let's see if they're going to continue on pushing. Of course, they do have a Pugna, they have a Veno, so can just drop down a couple of wards. They have a pipe. This is, I mean, they can take a 5-man fight if they want. They just should not get caught out by the Faceless Void. We saw in game number 1 how they were always spread out around one singular person, making sure that even if Faceless Void came in, he would only be able to chrono 2 as max. And there's the hook shot in onto Veno. Veno does not have a 4-star up just yet. Veno might be in a bit of trouble. They do get a good vac to 4 heroes as well as a wall. This is very problematic for the side of Kinguin, and 1 hero is already down. Veno as well as the Pug now. They want to get a kill. They might be able to get a kill. Well, a counter kill onto Madara. Very well played from them, and now the counter engages there. They managed to pick off the Clockwork, and what started off as a perfect initiation coming in from Mousesports, getting a vacuum wall onto 4 heroes as well as a Chronosphere. The damage was just a bit lacking. They didn't have the Lich ultimate to actually follow up from that. They only had the Invoker, and I didn't see a lot of spells being, well, basically happening from there. I did not think that engagement would happen like that, so I got a bit tongue-tied there at the exact moment. So a lot of you guys, I'm going to be keeping an eye on you know, Twitch chat. Going to be saying Ripcaster. Gonna be enjoying that as always. I love you guys. But yeah, well played from the side of Mousesports. However, Kinguin just, I think, got the better of that trade. They managed to get the tier 2 tower top as well. Getting 2 heroes followed up from that. Venomonster did manage to use the Poison Over, so that's probably why they managed to do quite a bit of damage, as well as the Pugna Blast coming through. And the problem is, this Phantom Lancer is starting to get quite strong. Does have a Diff Blade up, and yeah, this is just, there you go. We spoke about this during the draft. If, you know, Phantom Lancer jumps onto the Lich is not going to stand a chance. The Lich is just going to evaporate. That's exactly what's happening right now. So the Rocket Flare actually came through, scouted this out. Are we going to see the Bear or someone just blocking the hook shot coming through? But, yep. Clockwork scouting out. There is actually no hook shot on the Clockwork right now, so going to be a free Aegis or a free rush for the side of Kinguin. And there's a force stop. He's going to try and force steal this, force cards into it. Nope. And he doesn't have hookshot either. So Nisha getting that Aegis up means we might just see Kinguin playing a lot more aggressively right now. Lich does not have ulti. Try to use his Chain Frost as well onto the Phantom Lancer that was busy chasing him on the middle lane. Faceless Void does have his Chrono up. He is busy TPing all the way back to base, and let's see if they can get a kill on Nisha. I doubt they'll be able to. They'll have to kill him twice, which is not really possible. And now Kinguin, they're just going to split this up. Take tier 2 middle. Meanwhile, top is, well, you know, Nisha, he's TPing in mid. They want to go for high ground here. They've taken all tier 2 towers, all outer towers on the map, and here's the blast. There is no cliff up for the side of Mousesports. However, they do have a Chrono. Nisha comes straight in onto Madara, forcing him to back off yet again. And look at the amount of damage that just the illusions do onto this Lich. Poor little, you know, Lich. Phantom Lancer illusions just completely destroying him, forcing out an early glyph. That's a tier 3 tower down for Kinguin, and there's a hook shot coming in. Does push up the Pugna, and a Chain Frost coming through. It does go onto 2 heroes, and the lags are real, boys. What's happening here? Chain Frost coming through. I actually don't know exactly what's going on. I just see a Chain Frost still happening. The Lich has dropped, and all I see is more people dropping here for the side of Mousesports. Could not cast that due to the lags. Keep in mind, that's not the stream lagging. That was the game lagging. The server lagging for some or other reason. No drop frames on the stream, so just server things coming through. Nisha, what's Nisha's score currently sitting on? Only 2, 1, and 5. Now he wants to go in onto the Faceless Void. Faceless Void still has Chrono. Is Faceless Void just going to jump in? Who's he actually going to target? Nisha's turning in onto the Invoker. Invoker trying to do as much as possible, but then he just goes invis. He manages to get out. The Chronosphere is there onto 2 heroes. However, the Void has dropped now as well. Couple of buybacks coming through here. Pugna buying back from Kinguin as well as Dogs here from Mouse. Thug, he does not have any mana. Thug is going to be the next person to fall, and Nisha getting that double kill. He wants to go in for more. That will be the second lane of Rax here. And Kinguin just looking very strong here. If they take this, yeah, there's the GG well played coming in from Mouse. So Kinguin taking this game or this series 2-0. Well played to them, and with this we will see Kinguin facing up against, who is it? I think it is Hellraisers, if I'm not mistaken. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching in-game. For those of you on stream, stick around. We'll have a quick look at the draft and, not the draft, the graphs, and see basically what happened. So once again, this time it actually started going in favor of, you know, Kinguin. Once again at this 10-minute mark, it started dropping down. It was even then, probably around that 13-14 minutes, it just went down in Kinguin's favor in regards with experience. Net worth though, this game, funnily enough, I mean, there was a lot more action in game number 1. But this game was just, better execution coming through from the side of Kinguin. Around that 6-minute mark, they just kept the lead, kept on growing the lead. It wasn't just a one hero taking the lead like it was with the Viper, considering the PL as well as the Lone Dread were on top for pretty much the entire game. PL Lone Dread. Quite surprising, the Invoker actually tried to come back, and Invoker made a good comeback from there, but at the end it was still PL and the Lone Dread just completely dominating the side of Mousesports. Looking at the kills and deaths, once again, no Viper-esque kind of game for any of the two teams, or any of the players itself. But Lone Dread sitting on a 620